In this video, I'm going to show you how to make Mewtwo in Cobbleverse. Now, to do this process, you're going to need an ancient DNA and also a cloning catalyst. Now, let's start off with getting the ancient DNA. To get an ancient DNA, you're going to need to fight champion Giovanni, and then he's going to drop a Master Ball and this DNA right over here. So if you guys have commands turned on, you could obviously do /locate structure and then Giovanni right over here. But if you're trying to do this in survival mode, keep in mind that Giovanni is going to spawn underground in the deep dark biome, and it's the same biome where like the ancient city spawns in, just as a general rule of thumb. So he's going to spawn there, but for simplicity purposes, I'm just going to teleport there. But obviously, if you're doing it in survival, make sure to go underground, explore cave systems, go strip mining, etc. until you find a deep dark. Alright guys, and then eventually here is how the structure does look like. So Giovanni's going to spawn right over here. So you want to make your way inside, and then you want to go ahead and begin battling him. Alright, so after he drops the ancient DNA, you're also going to see this machine right over here. So we're going to have this structure, and we're going to need this in order to spawn a Mewtwo. So make sure to go ahead and mine this with a pickaxe. So take all the materials, which does include a restoration tank, a data monitor, and a fossil analyzer. So take these items right over here. And now that you're done with that, the next order of business is to get the cloning catalyst. Now, to get the cloning catalyst, we are going to need to find Team Rocket's base, and that is going to spawn in the Badlands biome. So again, if you're using commands, you could also do /locate structure, Cobbleverse, and then Team Rocket right over here. And let's go ahead and teleport to it. All right, and then it is going to look something that looks like this. So you're going to need to raid the tower. You're going to need to fight all the people. And then you want to go to this top floor right over here. So I'm just going to be doing it in creative mode for clarity purposes. But you want to go ahead and fight this person. And then what you want to do is you actually want to break this block in the center. And you want to go underneath here. And then over here, there's going to be another trainer. And once you defeat them, they're going to drop the cloning catalyst. And now you have both ancient DNA and the cloning catalyst. And we also do have these blocks over here that we got from Giovanni. So now begins the process of actually making Mewtwo. So on top of having this, you should also get some max revives over here. So yeah, Mewtwo is definitely a little bit expensive if you do ask me. But yeah, you're going to need some max revives. And anyways, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and begin by placing down your fossil analyzer. So let's place it down right here. Then you want to place your data monitor on top and your restoration tank right over here. Then what you want to do is you want to place your ancient DNA, then the cloning catalyst, and then you want to take your max revives and you want to fill up this area right over here. You're then going to notice that the mechanism is going to start, and Mewtwo is then going to begin forming inside of this tank over here. So at the moment, it's just like a little dot over here. So you just need to wait around like 10 to 15 minutes. So let me increase the tick rate so it goes a little bit faster. But yeah, you will need to wait for Mewtwo to actually spawn in. All right, so once you notice that it turns green, then that is how you know that it is ready. And you can take any Pokeball you want, then put it over here. And then as you're able to tell, we now have Mewtwo and we are good to go. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next tutorial.